Welcome to Contracting Conversations. I'm Leah Arkush. This podcast can be found on DAU Media, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. If you like the content, please, at the end of this recording, hit the like button. It really helps us continue to bring you great content. Today, I am talking with Christina Jalbert. She is DAU's Learning Asset Manager for Con 7130, Introduction to Profit or Fee Analysis, and Con 7170V, Analyzing Profit or Fee. Welcome, Christina.
Hello, Leah. Thank you, and I'm glad to be back.
To get started, what can you tell us about Con 7130 and Con 7170V?
I'll start with Con 7170, Analyzing Profit or Fee. When I was asked to be the Learning Asset Manager, I wanted to create a course that gave acquisition professionals an understanding of how to evaluate profit or fee in accordance with the DFARS criteria. As you know, profit or fee is extremely subjective, but ensuring that the learners have a firm understanding of how to apply the regulation to their specific acquisition is key to understanding how to determine an appropriate profit or fee percentage. Con 7170 has gone through a few iterations since it was first deployed based on student feedback, and it's really morphed into a great asset. And that's where Con 7130, Introduction to Profit or Fee, came to be. Initially, the content you have in Con 7130, which is an online training asset, was included in Con 7170, but after a few sessions, we really wanted to make this portion of the course available to anyone at any time. So then we made Con 7130 a prereq for Con 7170V.
Oh, perfect. So breaking those up, you were able to bring content to everyone and then have the virtual class be for those who needed a little bit more understanding.
Yes, absolutely. While 7170V and 7130 have similar target audiences, which we'll get into later, 7130 is a great option for someone, say, in the program management career field who doesn't necessarily have to come up with the profit or fee themselves for their role in the acquisition team. However, they need to understand what the contracting officers are utilizing to determine the appropriate profit or fee. So that class will really help them understand that.
Okay, so then let's go into that target audience for the two courses.
So for both of the courses, the target audience is 1102s involve cost analysis and acquisitions that require analysis of profit or fee using the DoD structured approach. But like I said, 7130, even 7170, you could have a program manager come into the class and learn what it is their counterparts are responsible for and how they go about it. And it might help answer questions as to why our contracting professionals may ask certain things of them.
So what can students expect when they take these courses?
Con 7130, like I said, is an online training asset, so it's completely self-paced. It includes 4 lessons, and this lays down the foundation for analyzing profit or fee. It goes over both the government and the contractor interests when it comes to profit or fee, because as you know, we have different interests. What the roles are for the acquisition team, your contract specialist, your contracting officer. It'll talk about some of the contractor perspectives. It introduces you to the 4 profit factor modules. And then the final lesson in Con 7130 walks you through the DD 1547, the record of weighted guidelines. And it goes block by block, what's expected, how you determine the value that goes in the form. So that's a really helpful asset to have if you've never filled out a DD 1547 before. And then moving on to Con 7170, that dives into the 4 profit factors in detail. We spend 2 full days discussing the 4 profit factors and how to evaluate each one in accordance with the DFARS criteria. The students also work in a group. They're given a case scenario, and they have to determine an appropriate profit or fee and fill out their DD 1547, and they present that on the 4th day of class. And then the final assessment is done via a simulation.
So I always love it in these courses when we bring in the industry perspective too, because I think that's really an important part for all of the acquisition team to keep in consideration.
Yes, and when it comes to profit or fee, it's not how low you can go. It's really finding that middle ground in a win-win situation.
Absolutely. So thank you, Christina. Thanks for coming on the show again today. You've been here in the past, and it's always great to hear what new classes that you have upcoming for our contracting and acquisition professionals.
Great, thank you. And I just encourage listeners to take the courses. We spend a lot of time on creating them, and we want the acquisition workforce to benefit from the assets.
Thank you again, Christina. That is all the time we have for today, but please, as mentioned at the beginning, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to Contracting Conversations channel, like the content, share it, and spread the word of this channel to your peers and those you supervise or lead. Let us help you answer their questions. We look forward to having future contracting conversations with you.